Tzaddik, Hamidah Azot Nikrat Tzaddik here. We're ready? Yeah. We're on page 51. Yeah, no, the paragraph before. Yeah, okay. You already on?
Yeah.
Hamidah Azot Nikrat Tzaddik, we're in Sharei Orah. This midah is called a tzaddik, b'chol Torah kula. Anytime you see the word tzaddik inside a parasha, inside a navi, it's talking about Srat HaYesod. לפי שנקרא יסוד, ונושא כל הדברים. הצדיק, אשר תחתיו בכל אמצעות, נקרא צדיק יסוד עולם, it's called צדיק יסוד עולם. The midah of a tzaddik, he enjoys, it's his fulfillment to carry everybody. He likes responsibility. The midah of the yesod, it likes responsibility.
How's that materialized into this world? That it doesn't
Very
take
simple. First of all, in the Torah, we see Yosef HaTzadik took the full responsibility for his brothers.
Okay.
You understand? We see who else was Yesod. Yoshua. Moshe tells Yoshua, go fight with Amalek. You understand? He gives him responsibility to lead Am Yisrael after him.
True.
Is there a bigger responsibility?
I would say Moshe is like...
Moshe is Yesod Abba. It's something else. You understand? In Zah, he's that. In the fourth system, he's that. But he gets from the Yesod of Chokhmah, of Abba. So therefore, he's also Yesod. But I don't want to get to Moshe. It's very complicated since he's a Neshama Klalit. He's a generator Neshama, right? Every generation has a... Like I told you guys in the Shiur, every generation has a Mashiach. So when they say the Rebbe is Mashiach, they're not lying. He was the Mashiach of that generation, but he was Mistalik. He's gone now. You understand? He's not the Melech HaMashiach. You understand? Something's wrong there?
No, okay.
He's not the Relax. We closed everything the other way. He's not the Melech HaMashiach. There's only one Melech HaMashiach. Okay, that's the generator that will lead us to the next level. So, every Mashiach, he has two aspects to him, a Yesod and a Malchut. Mashiach ben Yosef, it could be the one guy, by the way. It doesn't have to be two separate. It doesn't have to be separate people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one separate people.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw...
Who says who's going to die and Mashiach won't die?
Oh, so yes,
that's
you
one
say
opinion.
something very nice.
No,
you say something very... The Gemara says that, but Rav Natan Shapira, he was a big Mikubal. He was a student of the Ari's student. He has footnotes on the whole... It's a Haim. He writes like this. He says, when we say Mashiach ben Yosef is going to die, but there's a Tikkunei Zohar that says he's not going to die. How do we reconcile both of them? He says like this. And Mashiach ben Yosef asked that the Galut should be a bit more longer. That way, he's going to die every generation.
Till he actually comes.
Until he actually comes in his actual Avodah. And that generation, he won't die. He says like this, and
He's one person.
He's one. No, he doesn't have to be one guy. He's a neshama. It's a mission. His mission is it's the same soul.
Yeah,
his mission is to fight Amalek, just like Yehoshua did.
Yeah.
He has to do it. That's his mission, to fight Amalek. You understand? All that I saw a katava today that people in Israel are afraid to go to the doctors. Because the doctors were against the judicial reform, and all the religious were pro. So religious people today are afraid to go to the doctors in Israel.
Because they might retaliate.
Because they might, maybe they'll do something to them, this, that. They're afraid to go to the doctors. And hundreds of doctors signed a petition to the doctor organization, whatever it's called, is stop making this political. Stop making medicine political. It's a big deal. It's a lot of klipa over there. But the point is that all these people who are doing these things, it's Erev Rav. It's Erev Rav.
Go to religious doctors.
You know? What?
Go to religious doctors.
But it's not that.
I don't think it's about that. You gotta get heart surgery. Who are you gonna go
To the specialist who lives in Tel Aviv.
But in Israel, right now, tomorrow is the Yom HaAtzmaut.
Yeah.
They make a big deal the fact that the German jet pilots are flying with them over...
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what they make a big deal out of.
It makes news. It makes
news.
nice
Oh,
news
Germany is
headlines.
flying with us.
New headlines. They sell news headlines. That sells
I mean,
papers.
who am I? I'm nobody to say anything, but at the same time, Chabad al-Azman, it's going on a lot of... There's a big fight over there. And over here too, by the way. It's the same thing. You just live in a state with 1.6 million Jews, and the nice majority of it is people who... No, there's a lot of Yidden. There's a lot of... Most Chassidut over here, most this. There's a lot of... You feel the Yiddishkeit over here. Go to Oregon. Go to Seattle. Oh, you're going to feel Yiddishkeit over there?
No.
I don't feel anything over there.
You're lucky if you find
You
something
go to
kosher.
Miami. So when I was in Miami, I didn't feel Yiddishkeit.
Why not?
Like, I just didn't feel it. Compared to New York, it's nothing.
Ah,
And New York compared to Yerushalayim is nothing.
Nothing, yeah. Jerusalem.
You understand? In Yerushalayim, when it comes close to a holiday, you know what kind of balagan is going over there? A month before, you already feel the Chag.
You were there?
Of course, I was there. I was there when I got my Rabbanut test, a month before Pesach. You should see what's going on over there. The sales, every other thing, Pesach. Everybody's Pesach. It's just, you feel Pesach. It's an external factor. It's
Just
not
like
an internal
Brooklyn,
factor.
Borough Parks probably feel it
Understand?
too.
But compare, you go to different states, it's the same thing. The job of the Yesod is to bear responsibility. That's his job. He's a tzaddik, Yesod Olam. He likes to bear the
So
responsibility.
the rabbis are not
everybody.
considered as yisod?
All the rabbis of their
shuls?
community
Right.
are an aspect of the Yesod of their community.
Because they have to bear a lot of
Yeah,
responsibility.
and they're also the people who come to the Yeshua are connected to them, obviously, or else they wouldn't come to daven with them.
Right.
You understand? Now, it could be, you could have in the shul 100 people that are nitzotzot, or you could have 10 people that are nishamot. It doesn't necessarily mean the quantity is not always the same level as the quality. Okay? ועניין שנקרא צדיק הוא סוד השפע שמשפיע כל טוב וברכה ונותן במידת עמוני. The tzaddik is משפיע all the shefa, all the abundance to the midah, which is called amonai, which once again we said was the malchus. כעניין שנאמר וצדיק חונן ונותן. A tzaddik always wanted to find favor, and he wants to look for the goodness in others, and he's always giving. וצריך אני לא ערכה לעניין גדול ונכבד. Wow. Look at the Lashon of Chikatilia. I want to wake you up to something which is gadol v'nichbad, big and honorable. Daki shalosh shemotem. There are three names: Tzaddik, Tzedek, and Tzedakah. What's the difference? Umidat el chai nikrat tzaddik. Kel chai, which is the Yesod. Remember, that's the first name of the Yesod. Kel chai nikrat tzaddik. That's the tzaddik. Midat amonai, malchus, nikrat tzedek. The malchut is tzedek. ובהיות צדיק משפיע ברכתו בצדק, when צדיק is giving the bracha to צדק, אותו השפע האצילות נקרא צדקה. The shefa that goes from tzaddik to tzedek is called tzedakah.
Husband, wife,
The
tzedakah.
tipa.
The tipa is tzedakah.
So when you're giving the pruta, why do I say give a pruta? Give a dot. Give a thing. That's the tipa.
Wow.
The zero.
That's a zero, yeah, absolutely. In different terms, in different contexts. That's it. Wow. I'm seeing over here a connection. If we're gonna give more tzedakah, we're gonna have more
flourish.
No, but that's it's obvious. It's not even a connection. It's an obvious connection. In general, you see that the big chachamim say you want to get blessed with children, you have to give tzedakah, because you want to be a tzaddik, you have to give tzedakah to the tzedek, right? That's just the connection between them.
The chain.
What's that?
Tzaddik is the yesod, tzedek is the malchus, and the tzedakah is the shefa.
What's tzedek?
Tzedek is righteousness, but it's a sfirat al-malchut, and tzedakah is the shefa that he gives to the
His wife.
malchus, right? The acceptor. They all connect together. You see the same three letters in all of them. Tzadik dalet kuf. Tzadik latet. Tzadik is the giver. Tzedek lekabel. Tzedek is the acceptor. Tzedakah hu sod hamtana v'adibuk v'achir. Tzedakah is the connector.
Right.
That's
Between
That's why I always
tzedek
tell you guys,
and
in tzaddik.
in
That's why I'm always telling you guys, the greatest segula
Tzedakah.
is that, oh, for sure. There's no greater segula than that.
Tatzil mimavet.
More than that you want. More than that you want. It's the greatest. There's no greater mitzvah than tzedakah. I've seen miracles with tzedakah. I can say, I'm being honest with you 100%. I'll give you an example. My wife right now is working in a hospital. Now in the house we have to work on Shabbat. Every 2 weeks we have to work on Shabbat. So I told her, she said, how am I going to find coverage? I have to find somebody to take my spot. Goyim also want their weekends off. Every other weekend, this, that. So I told her, give tzedakah.
Cheat sheet.
Yeah. I told her, give tzedakah. I'm not lying to you. I told her, give back. When I say give tzedakah, I'm not talking about $50.
5,000.
I'm talking about in the thousands.
It hurts you.
Nah, it doesn't hurt, by the way.
Whatever.
It never hurt. A good amount, 1,000 and above. I said, give tzedakah. I told her, you're gonna see. I hope we'll daven. I don't say it with such, give tzedakah. I say give tzedakah. When I say tzedakah, I mean give tzedakah. She gave tzedakah. She found the coverage. Somebody that's been working there, she's trying to keep Shabbat 5 years already. She still can't find coverage.
Wow.
And your wife found coverage.
And she found coverage.
Serious, huh?
Tzedakah always works.
But also,
Always.
when you do it for the right reasons, like
Yeah,
your wife
yeah.
wants to, like,
Absolutely.
that also helps a lot.
I can never ever think of tzedakah not in the right reason. I cannot even how could you give tzedakah not in the right reason? Of course, I've never been in that position where I give tzedakah to say, psh, she gave, I don't know, $25,000. I've never been in that position, so I don't know what it feels like. I don't want to know what it feels like. But in general, those people have their own tests. I don't know what that test is. I don't want to know what that test is.
Or when you give and then you regret.
That's the worst.
That's a personal test. I don't know what that feels like. I don't want to know what that feels like.
That's why you give it to
And then-
organizations. You give and you forget.
Right.
I heard
No, sometimes in general, let's say for example, you give tzedakah as a loan to somebody. It's a mitzvah.
Is it?
It's a mitzvah. Yeah, it's a
Tzedakah as a loan.
It's a mitzvah?
When you help somebody, it's also tzedakah.
Oh, yeah?
So when a person comes and says, can I have a loan?
Ah.
And you give him a loan, it's tzedakah.
Oh, really?
Chesed.
Obviously not just chesed. Chesed is also part of tzedakah, but a different way. Then, you give him $50,000.
It's hard to get it back.
And then you tell him, then you start to regret it. After, I don't know, half a year, like, I gave it to him. When am I going to see that money back? And take years, this, that. And it's a big test for a person. I mean, he's going to get the money back.
Yeah.
But that feeling in the middle, it can make you lose the schar mitzvah. That regret in the middle. And that's what, we didn't finish the Pirkei Avot. That's exactly what the Pirkei Avot says. What's that? You said all the good things, shachen tov, chaver tov. Then one of the rabbis says, what's the bad way? When a person takes the money and he doesn't
return
pay it back, because the person who gave it is always in a sense of, when am I going to get it back?
Right?
He feels incomplete. Because money is, so the Pirkei Avot is, your lev is connected to your keys. So your lev is always in the keys. And for example, the Gemara says, Yerushalmi.
You put your blood, sweat.
Absolutely, yeah,
in the
100%.
money.
So money hurts. So Rabbi Yochanan once, you know who Rabbi Yochanan was? Rabbi say not Rabban Yochanan, Rabbi Yochanan. The Amorah. You know who he was? Rabbi Yochanan. Words can describe Rabbi Yochanan. He wrote Talmud Yerushalmi. One time he was walking to yeshiva. The Yerushalmi said this, and he got robbed. He comes to yeshiva.
The rabbi got robbed?
Yeah, the rabbi got robbed. And he comes to yeshiva, and Rish Lakish is there. He tells him, he's his brother-in-law. He tells him, Rebbe, he's asking him questions, he doesn't answer him.
Kaif papal.
And he tells his mind, he's not a guy who loses his head. He's a Talmid. He's Ruach HaKodesh. He looked at a person the wrong way, the guy died. This is Rabbi Yochanan. He tells him, Rebbe, how come you're not answering me? He says, your old buddies robbed me.
Because he was a gangster.
He used to be a gangster. He said, what do you mean? He said, the people that you used to know. He said, what? They messed with my Rebbe? And they were Charut. Rish Lakish said that he went on his horse, he started to chase after them. He started to yell at them when he reached them in eyesight. He said, you guys took my Rebbe's money. He said, who is this? I'm Rish Lakish. You guys remember me? You better put the money down right now or else you're gonna get it from me. They got scared, they dropped the money, and he took the money back to his Rebbe. Tzahavu panav, his face shone. And he started to answer back all the... So we see, so we see over here, don't look at it, oh, my money, and oh, you're a religious person, you're supposed to be above that. But you're supposed to be above that. He doesn't have to have a parnasa. He doesn't have to pay his rent, he doesn't have to pay his mortgage. He also is a human being and he has tuition to pay too. Right? Rabbi Yochanan lost 10 kids. 10 children he lost. Whatever, magifa. But still, we see that the kiss is very connected to the emotion, the lev. He still got to the yeshiva. I mean, he was there to learn. I mean, the moach was there. But the lev to answer him was not. I mean, he was there to learn.
It's a very important lesson in life for people. That's the whole point of bringing out the story because of that.
Absolutely, and it's a great Pirkei Avot. It's a great Pirkei Avot.
You lost the emotion.
The emotion was gone. The head was there. He was there to learn. He didn't leave the yeshiva. He went to learn. But the lev to answer, to engage, was not there already. You understand? To get it back, he needed to hear good news. You understand? And he gave him good news. Okay, and at the same time, when his charuta died, he had no left to learn. He couldn't learn anymore. He got crazy until the Chachamim prayed for him to pass away. Let's finish the paragraph. I want to teach you something else bigger. When the tzaddik is giving tzedek, nikrat eretz hachayim. She is called, the malchus is called eretz hachayim. Unbelievable. When she gets the tzedakah, then she gives the bracha to all the inhabitants of the world.
Just like when you say kiddush, you have to give it to your wife to spread the...
That's a nice connection too. But in general, I'm talking about tzedakah. When you give tzedakah, at the moment of the giving of tzedakah,
I'll explain.
The Shekhinah is called Eretz HaChayim. She changes from Eretz to Eretz HaChayim, and she gives life to everybody. So you see the connection, that tzedakah has such a ripple effect, that it's Chayim Hi Lemotzayim.
Does it also work when you give tzedakah to non-Jewish organization?
Really, we shouldn't give tzedakah to Gentiles, but to keep shalom, to keep peace. Whatever I had doesn't have an effect with them.
You're not getting any benefit.
It's not, the effect that we're saying, the giving to the malchus doesn't acquire to them.
So what happens when you give?
Doesn't
What happens when you give it to?
You're giving, let's say, mayim acharonim. Serious. You have to have that kavanah to give mayim acharonim. Let's say you have no choice.
So, but is your schar less than?
No schar, you're giving mayim acharonim. If you're doing Kiddush Hashem, it's a Kiddush Hashem. But the effect of a tzedakah is not there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Ve'im chas v'shalom yifseku hatzanarot, ze hatzadik. If God forbid for 1 minute the avodah of the tzaddik is gone in the world, ve'lo yavo il midat tzedek, and the tzedek is not get it, as he mitmalet me'otan haborot nikret mavet, then she turns into mavet.
Death.
Then the malchus turns from a giver to a destroyer. And the tzaddik, when the tzaddik connects with tzedek, and he gives a matana from his bracha, then he calls tzedakah. We already said that. So when there is destruction in the world, right away, what's the best thing to do? Start a tzedakah campaign. And at that moment, the mavet turns into chayim. Because you're filling the pipes again. Because the pipes, when they're not filled, it turns automatically to mavet. So, to change it from mavet, you gotta turn it to chayim through tzedakah. And that's the secret, as we all know, tzedakah, tatzil mi mavet. Bore, kami sugat tzedakah. Let's see how far tzedakah goes. This is a nice shiur to give on Shabbat. Just like a guy gives, listen, I say it funny, but it's true. Just like a guy gives tzedakah, kach mamshich midat tzadik b'midat tzedek. The more tzedakah, the more you mamshich the tzadik into the tzedek. You're saving people's lives. And I'm telling you, Rabbi Yisai, this generation is the biggest tzedakah generation in the history of the world, hands down. You know how many billions of dollars the Jewish people give tzedakah a year?
Every day.
Every day. Forget about a year. Every day. You know how many millions of dollars Jewish people give to tzedakah? Ben Porat Yosef, Ben Porat Alei Ayin. And that's what's saving all the Jewish people from all the bad things. I'm telling you.
There's a campaign that you give $1 a day through this organization, that you give it to different tzedakah organizations. $1 a day.
Listen, yeah. How many shiurim are there a day? How many sponsorships are there a day? How many Orah Chesed funds are there a day? Come on, Ben Porat Yosef. All this is giving Chaim to the world. That's where we're standing. Tzion b'mishpat tevhadeh v'shavea b'tzedakah. How would Tzion gonna get saved at the end of the day? Through tzedakah. V'im et ha'olam hu matzil min ha'mavet kol sheken et atzmo. If he saves the world from death, tzaddik, that's the yesod, for sure himself. V'lo tomar mitam yishona. And I'm talking about a crazy death. Ela afim mitat atzma. Even from a regular, that means if a person is about to die and he gives tzedakah, he still will save it.
Pushes.
He'll push it away. That's the secret of Pidyon Nefesh. That's the secret of the Pidyon Nefesh. Pidyon Nefesh is a secret thing that Kabbalistics do that can save a person's neshama at a certain moment that Chas Shalom can go down to the depths of the klipa. Chas Shalom.
Before they pass.
Before they pass, yeah. Before he loses his tzelem. If he lost his tzelem already, it's very hard. You have a tzelem, a reflection of God on you. If you lose that tzelem, it's very hard to...
You punched out already.
You're done, basically. 30 days before a soul dies already, the tzelem starts to go slowly.
Before the soul?
Yeah, before a person dies already, the tzelem starts to wane off, yeah.
Is that your protection? Is that your
Your tzelem is your neshama, so the mem of the tzelem is your chabad. The lamed of the tzelem is your chagad, and the tzaddik goes inside of you.
You're talking about natural death.
I'm talking about, let's say a person drowns, or let's say a person gets sick very badly suddenly. Suddenly a person gets very sick badly. I'll give you an example. A woman that I know, my mother-in-law's friend.
Okay.
She had cancer, got healed. Cancer, got healed. Huh? Suddenly she got cancer. Last time, it just in like 2 weeks.
Devoured her.
Just devoured. She just deteriorated. And she passed away. She just passed away, huh?
That's because the tzelem was
Yeah, the tzelem just boom, it just goes. And she's a religious woman. But the zchuyot just...
ran out of her.
Yeah, ran out. So sometimes, when a person sees himself in a bad situation, he has to give, the sigula that a person can do. It's not a sigula, it's halach halamai. I call this book halach halamai. He just has to give a big chunk of tzedakah. There's like a boom.
You gotta say for a while or
Or you should say for a while. You should say.
Hashem
Hashem tatzil oti b'shut tzedakah. Boom. Whenever you need something, you gotta be a tzaddik. The tzaddik is the tzino. He's the tzino. He's the pipe. The pipe is empty. He's not giving to the tzedakah. You gotta fill the pipe up with chayim. You understand? So a person sees things are happening to him in his life. I don't know. This one got hurt. This one got sick. This one, he's losing money here. What does he mean? His pipes are getting empty. What does Hashem want from me? I gotta pay. I gotta do. Don't make Hashem's cheshbono. It means you gotta give more. Shuto kamashmao.
You always give more.
You always have to give because you're a tzaddik.
Yeah.
So before you call somebody a tzaddik,
Make sure you're a tzaddik.
make sure you're a tzaddik. Understand? Yeah, a person always says, listen, I'm talking about this, I'm getting myself scared. I'm about to give something right here. How important it is to give in the morning for the shacharit. The start of the day, tzedek lefanav yalech. Right? We learned yesterday in Torah Da'ava. But b'shat tzaddik nifrad, when a tzaddik lives the tzedek, nish'er mitzad tzedek rekanit, tzedek is empty. As takum lahamit. The tzedek is empty, so lahavdil. A woman doesn't get her attention. Suddenly she goes on a tantrum. Same thing with the malchut. When the Sfirat HaMalchut doesn't get the shefa, suddenly it goes on a tantrum. And there's a magefa in the world. And there's shchitut in the world. And there's destruction, wars. It takes its a pound of flesh.
You gotta take it
somewhere. You gotta take the tantrums gotta come out somewhere. Lahavdil. I'm just giving you as a mashal. Right?
That is true.
It is what it is. Everything is a reflection in its aspect. As takum lahamit la'ashif la'akor, to uproot, u'lisharesh. U'mevi'a ala briot mitot. It brings onto the creation's death. Chas shalom. Kama minei tiv'it, sometimes it could be natural. It could be magefa, memita mishuna chas v'shalom, weird deaths. Kama mitot. Listen, I don't want to end with the word mita. Let's go one more paragraph. Lefi derech zeh yesh lecha lidvarim. So guys, he says, pay attention. Rabbi Yosef Gadaev. I saw a guy on the internet, just stam kacha, it popped up. He gives shiurim on this book. He has 7,000 subscribers. He gives it in Hebrew, just on this sefer.
Really?
Do you know what this book is? It's an atomic bomb. And you guys remember in the beginning, how many first of all, we already passed the Sharei Kedusha shiurim on this.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah, and our shiurim are much longer, every single one. Yeah, the reason Gadaev said, the pasuk, whoever knows my name, asagiveu. We're learning Hashem's names over here. Unbelievable what you guys are learning over here. Somebody would teach me this when I was younger. We had to find it our own way. Until we got somewhere, we found some people, you know? It was a trek. But you guys are learning some things. You guys are learning what things are, what it really is. The shemot behind it. Unbelievable. Ki harotze lirash eretz hachayim tzarich lidabek midat tzadik. You guys want to inherit the land of life? Look for the tzaddik. What does Rav Nachman Breslov always say? Connect to the tzaddik. Yeah, he says that, right? That's his line. Ki chol hadabek midat tzadik. Whoever connects to the tzaddik, nikrat tzadik hashemo. You're also going to be called tzaddik. ולאכל ארץ החיים, you're gonna get ארץ החיים. מה זה נאמר? ועמך כולם צדיקים. עם ישוער פרקי אבות. And you are all tzadikim. What you are all tzadikim? הוא מדבק בצדיק. וכבר ידעת מה שלשו חז"ל. כל ישראל יש להם חיל לעולם הבא. All עם ישראל have the share for the world to come. שנאמר, ועמך כולם צדיקים לעולם ישוער ארץ. What does it mean, ועמך כולם צדיקים? The nation are all tzaddiks. Forever, le'olam, Yirshu Aretz, they will inherit the land. We're all tzaddiks. We're all gonna inherit Eretz Yisrael. That's not what he's talking about. Va'amech kulam tzadikim, your nation are all sfirat hayesod. You're all givers. And then, Yirshu Aretz, you will inherit the land, sfirat hamalchut. You will connect tzedek with tzaddik, and there will be tzedakah. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.